In a world that can feel consumed by chaos and despair, where cruelty and injustice often seem to prevail, it's easy to turn a blind eye. We find ourselves distanced from the suffering of those who cannot speak for themselves, especially the voiceless creatures with whom we share this planet. But real transformation begins when we face these uncomfortable truths, when we dare to acknowledge the pain around us and rise to meet it. This is a story of resilience, of animals who endured unimaginable hardship, yet through the power of compassion and unwavering determination, they found a path to hope, healing, and renewal. Today, we share 3 such stories, testaments to the strength of both the creatures who survived and the people who refused to look away. Number 1. Rajo's freedom, the triumph of compassion, after 50 years of captivity. Rajo, an Asian elephant, spent an agonizing 50 years trapped in captivity, enduring a nightmare no creature should ever face. With an average lifespan of up to 80 years in the wild, Rajo's life was anything but peaceful. Bound by heavy, cruel chains, spiked and suffocating, his movements were restricted, and the pain was constant. For years, he suffered unimaginable abuse at the hands of his owner, surviving on scraps of food from tourists and forced to eat paper and plastic just to stay alive. His every day was a battle for survival. But then, after 5 long decades, a glimmer of hope arrived. In 2014, Rajo was discovered by a charity. The day he was freed, July 3rd, marked the end of his chains. And at the stroke of midnight on July 4th, Wildlife SOS swooped in to rescue him. What happened next was beyond anyone's expectations. Rajo, finally free, shed tears. The photos of this emotional moment, tears streaming down his face, became a symbol of his suffering and his deep, unspoken relief. Elephants are known for their profound emotional intelligence, and Rajo's tears spoke to the weight of a life he had endured, a life that had kept him from the freedom and dignity every elephant deserves. Fittingly, the rescue occurred on American Independence Day. Wildlife SOS, a North London-based charity, had intervened to save Rajo after learning of his dire situation. Every day, Rajo had been forced to stretch out his trunk and beg for coins from passers-by, surviving on plastic and paper. His captivity had been a cycle of abuse that left deep scars, both physical and emotional. This incredible moment was just the beginning of his healing journey. Rajo's story is a powerful testament to the resilience and unyielding spirit of elephants. Despite the years of abuse and captivity, he never lost hope that a better life was possible. As the rescue workers cautiously approached, unsure of his reaction, Rajo understood. He knew these people were here to set him free. Though the full details of his capture remain a mystery, it's believed that he was taken from his mother after poachers killed or captured her. The owner tried to prevent the rescue, but the charity workers pushed forward with unwavering determination. Today, Rajo lives in a sanctuary in Madurai, India, where the physical scars of his past have begun to heal. He now enjoys the company of other elephants, surrounded by care and love that he was denied for so many years. Rajo's journey from torment to triumph is not just a story of survival. It's a story of the extraordinary power of compassion and of the unbreakable bond between humans and animals when we fight to do what's right. Number 2. Amy's story of survival in the illegal pet trade. In the depths of the illegal pet trade, one story stands as a powerful symbol of survival against unimaginable cruelty. Amy, an orangutan, endured a life of torment that no creature should ever face. Once, her kind roamed freely through the lush forests of Southeast Asia, but today, due to habitat destruction, orangutans are now confined to only Borneo and Sumatra. Amy's fate, however, took a dark turn when poachers captured her and sold her into the horrors of the exotic pet trade. Locked in a cramped, suffocating cage, Amy's body became painfully contorted, and her neck was left severely injured from the lack of movement. The only comfort she found during her long months of isolation was a small piece of cloth that she clutched in her hands, her only solace in a world of pain. When activists finally discovered Amy, they were horrified by the physical deformities caused by her confinement. As one of the most intelligent species on the planet, orangutans have the capacity for deep emotions, and the trauma Amy experienced left permanent scars on her body and mind. While Amy will never be able to return to the wild, she is now receiving care at a rehabilitation center where her physical wounds are slowly healing. Yet, the psychological scars from her past will take much longer to mend. Number 3. Jumping by. A pit bull's journey from darkness to joy. In March 2018, a pit bull's incredible story of survival and transformation began in the most unimaginable way. The new homeowners were horrified to discover the dog, chained up in a dark basement, its chain so short that it could barely move. How long had this dog been trapped in the shadows, left to suffer in isolation? The answer was unknown, but one thing was clear. This pit bull's resilience was nothing short of extraordinary. The moment she saw human beings, her response was overwhelming, a tidal wave of joy. She wagged her tail with such fury, her body leaping with excitement, so eager for contact that she nearly choked on her own happiness. In that instant, she proved that even in the darkest of circumstances, the capacity for love and hope remains unbreakable. The trauma she endured was unimaginable, alone in darkness for who knows how long. Yet in that moment of liberation, the pit bull showed a spirit that defied her past. Thanks to the swift actions of the rescue team, she was saved. While her physical health wasn't in terrible condition, the emotional scars she bore were undeniable. In honor of her joy-filled leaps and uncontainable enthusiasm, rescuers named her Jumping By. Today, Jumping By lives in a loving home where she will never again know the pain of isolation, her heart now full of the warmth and companionship she was once denied. This story, like so many others, highlights the undeniable truth that animals are not just creatures of instinct. They are beings capable of profound emotions. They feel joy, fear, love, and pain, and they deserve our protection and care. Every act of kindness, every rescue, every adoption is a step toward a kinder, more compassionate world. When we choose to welcome a pet into our lives, we are committing to a relationship of responsibility, care, and respect.